it's absolutely fabulous working in an industry like that. The other thing which I didn't know about the jewelry industry is that it contributes to 7% of India's GDP. So if India has to become $1 trillion economy very soon, or go into the trillions, then certainly jewelry has to play a large role in that. So it feels good to be part of that kind of industry. Also, it employs more than 5 million people. And these 5 million people are very talented, very unique, and are delighting consumers with their works not only in India but also outside. You know, the announcement that Mr. Birla made last year, where he said that we will inject 5,000 crores into building a jewelry business.
Our brand name Indriya has its origins in Sanskrit language, which is, as you know, synonymous with rich Indian culture. Indriya is an ode to the five senses, the senses which power our consciousness, make us feel and explore the world around us, and of course define our very being. The beautiful brand insignia is the female gazelle, which is a metaphor for the senses and epitomizes the beauty and grace of a woman. Because we recognize that for our customers, and likewise for us at the Aditya Birla Group, ye dil abhi para nahi.
I think that statement shows the kind of scale that we want to build as Aditya Birla Jewelry, and the kind of ambition that we have. The Aditya Birla Group always wants to be in the top 3 of any industry that they enter, and that's the challenge that we also have, that we need to get to the top 3 as soon as possible. Now, from there is where Indriya is born. Our company, which is the Aditya Birla Group jewelry business, or under the novel jewels business, is a company that is born in the 2020s. Unlike many other companies in jewelry, which have been born in the 1990s, 1980s, or even earlier. So we are here to leverage the fact that we are new, that we are fresh, that we are young, and that we can make a difference without having to bother about any legacy systems or any changes that we may need to make. So we as a team feel very excited about that. We have the energy of a startup to serve the Indian consumer. Here, Indriya means the 5 senses, and what we want to do is we want to bring some freshness into the jewelry industry with this brand. So our brand's logo is the gazelle, which actually stands for, in a way, a female deer whose senses, who's agile and who is very sensitive to everything around her in a forest. We want to take to the consumers. We want to be a brand that is about design, and we want to take the story in the world of jewelry from occasions, from simply relationships and moments, back to the beauty and the craftsmanship of the jewelry itself, which is why we are a very design-centric brand. Most of the designs that we have in our outlets, more than 80%, are designs which have been created by our in-house design team, not just simply picked up from elsewhere. So they are curated designs which are there, and we will have a very fast rate of refreshment of these designs also. So a design which you find today, you may not find 30 or 40 days later because you would have refreshed. Then is about the retail experience itself. We want to use technology to really bring delight to consumers in the retail experience also. So we've used all our jewelry consultants in our outlets have got tablets through which they can actually help consumers make choices, discover jewelry, and discover details about the jewelry. I am not aware of any other large-scale brand having that. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is that we've got our jewelry consultants, and we call them jewelry consultants, who've been trained for 4 weeks with a bespoke program on jewelry and the craftsmanship of jewelry. We are actually a brand which actually serves all needs, which is why we have large stores. You've seen the pictures of some of the large stores which I showed you. And these large stores will have one of the widest assortment in any category, in any single category that you go to. So whether it's daily wear or whether it's bridal wear, whether it is gold or whether it is diamond or whether it is polki. So we have it all, and that's why we have a very large assortment and lots of unique designs in there. We have a bridal lounge. In the bridal lounge or the wedding lounge, where people who are buying particularly for weddings, they take it's a large purchase, it's an important purchase, it's a very emotional purchase. People like privacy while making that purchase. People like to try on jewelry, and not only try on jewelry, we are giving them a chance in these lounges to actually change their clothes to wear what they would be wearing, at that function. Full experience, and then they can wear the jewelry along with that, just to see how the whole ensemble is coming together. We of course have got also stylists who are specifically trained to help you choose jewelry for different occasions. Now it's been 8 weeks and we opened 8 stores actually. It's 8th week today, so within 8 weeks, 8 stores. And when I hear the feedback, even from the new stores, people are noticing that we are bringing a freshness to design. People are noticing that our jewelry consultants are giving them a good experience in terms of buying, and they're noticing our beautiful stores and how different they look. Of course, we have started with some fabulous schemes as we have launched them. Very innovative schemes also, which are simple for consumers to understand. Our design teams use technology so they are able to convert a design very quickly into what a prototype may cost, look like, etc. And then we can come back to the consumer very fast. Let's say discovery that happens online. Probably jewelry next to recipes will be amongst the most searched terms amongst a large segment of consumers, because it's very emotional and it's very engrossing. But the percentage of sales that happen online are very small. So I think the delight that consumers need today is more about discovery online and being able to seamlessly go offline to touch, feel, wear and purchase. I think the experience of a virtual try-on sounds very exciting, but very exciting to the tech world, but I'm not sure how exciting is it to the real consumer who wants to, let's say, buy earrings worth 50,000 or even a lakh or even 3 lakhs, to try them on virtually. I don't think she will be convinced or delighted. So we are focusing right now with where the consumer is. The consumer is just now discovery online and buying offline. So that's where we are. We have a beautiful website where people can go and discover some of our designs. And yes, as the consumer evolves, we will get into online sales also. We've opened 8 in 8, and maybe we'll be 10 in 10. But we are targeting close to 20 to 25 stores within the first year. The category has evolved over the last 2 years. So even though 60% of the category is unorganized and 40% is organized, a large part of it being unorganized, the way, if you look at how the retail of the category has emerged in many cities, it is around some few areas and locations. So those few areas and locations are known. It's public knowledge of where these are. So we want to be ideally in those area and locations, so that we offer consumers choice within that area and location for them to visit yet another store. So we are currently, actually we've already spanned out quite a bit in the last 8 weeks. We are in central India with Indore, we are in west with Jaipur, Ahmedabad and now Bombay. And of course we are in the north already with Delhi, and if you can call Jaipur a bit north, it's enough. So we are there in these cities already. If we want to be in the top 3 brands, we will have to expand to the whole of India. I think, you see, there is a lot of unmet needs which are there in tier 2 and tier 3, which is why whichever category goes there, you see a lot of surge of people coming into that category. And the same is for jewelry.